YouTube. Today I'm going to show you how I make nuggets taste just like McDonald's nuggets and probably a little bit better. I am using turkey breast and turkey thigh meat that I have chunked up. The next ingredient you will need chicken bouillon powder. Next, you will need rosemary. Another very important ingredient is baking soda. Baking soda is what helps give the chicken nugget or the turkey nugget a very, very springy and bouncy texture and mouthfeel. The other thing that helps give it that bouncy, springy texture and mouthfeel is having the meat chopped up super, super fine. And that's where my Ninja comes in. I also have vegetable oil, and the vegetable oil is just to coat the tray I'm going to freeze the shaped nuggets in. So to get started, I'm going to sprinkle on a little bouillon. Okay, that is enough bouillon for that quantity of meat. Next, I'm going to go a nice little sprinkle of rosemary. And a little rosemary goes a long way. And rosemary is actually in McDonald's nuggets. That gives it that very interesting flavor. A little rosemary goes a long way. Now I'm going to get into my baking soda. And you only need a pinch because all this is going to be emulsified. Okay, that's enough baking soda for that. So those are my seasonings: poultry, white meat and dark meat, chicken bouillon, just a sprinkle because everybody I know was going to dip their nuggets in something either sweet or savory, and you don't want to have too much sodium. Pinch of rosemary. Okay, now I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to stir that all up so that it's incorporated. I'm going to mix it and season it before I grind it in my Ninja. Okay. You see those nice big chunks of poultry? They're going to be pounded down to a paste by the time this is all over. So I'm going to set down my recording device and stir it thoroughly so I can balance the bowl. So I have all of my seasonings and baking soda mixed in. It already smells absolutely amazing. Now I'm not going to put any oil in this chicken because it is going to be deep fried in a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful batter. But I am going to just coat the pan so that when it freezes and I'm ready to pull it out, it won't adhere to the foil. Okay, so I have a thin layer of vegetable oil on the pan. That's going to make it non-stick when I take it out my freezer. Alright, next up, we're ready to put the meat, approximately 1 cup at a time, into the blender bottle. And I'm going to use my spoon, but I have my gloves handy to use later when I shape out the chicken. Okay, so that's approximately 1 cup. And I'm going to scoop that into the blender bottle. So to get through all this meat, it'll probably take maybe 5 or 6 minutes. Then after the meat is already pulverized, I'm going to put it into this pan right here. Let me screw the lid on to my blender bottle and show you what it looks like. Blender bottle is already set up with approximately 1 cup. Now let me pulse it down. now it is a homogenized poultry protein paste, I'm going to dump it out into this container and continue this process until all the meat is done. So my first grind is sitting in the bowl, nice and combined. You can't tell the white meat from the dark meat, and you can't see any of the rosemary. It's all crushed up together. I've already loaded for my second blend. Here we go. Second blend is ready. So all the poultry and protein is ground up. So now I'm just going to take my scooper, hit it just like that. Hit it just like that. You want them to be roughly the same size so that they cook evenly. Alright, you see that's some serious meat glue. That's going to give you that yummy, 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 bouncy, commercial nugget texture without any of the weird ingredients. Dark meat, white meat, ground up and seasoned. So I'm going to finish scooping out my meat and show you what it looks like. So I have all of my nuggets balled up. And now I'm just going to make a little shape, a little smash down like that. Try to make sure there's no loose ends. Make sure they're not going to be stuck together when they freeze. And you can get crazy with the shapes if you want. It's not that important for me. My concern is the taste and the texture, not the shape. So let me finish patting all these out and I'll show you what they look like. So there's my nuggets. I am going to cover them with foil and let them freeze for at least 3 hours. After 3 hours, I'm going to take them out and I'm going to show you the award-winning batter. Alright, let me grab my foil and I'll see you in 3 hours for the next step. Okay, YouTube. So I let my nuggets chill out for 3 hours. And this is what they look like. Look at all these nuggets. Look at all these nuggets. This is a ridiculous amount of nuggets for a fraction of the cost of one meal at a fast food establishment. Over here, I have the ingredients for my batter. This is very, very, very important. I have all-purpose flour right here. Over here, I have black pepper. This is my salt over here. Over here is my rice flour. Rice flour. You need vegetable oil, warm water, and an egg. There is no baking soda in the batter. Zero baking soda in the batter. Remember, there's already baking soda in the nuggets. Another thing I'm doing to up the flavor and give it that commercial quality is I have rosemary and garlic frying up in my oil. This is going to make sure that the inside has a slight rosemary taste and the outside has a slight rosemary taste. Okay, and I am using a thermometer to make sure my food cooks beautifully. You need a 350 to 375 degree thermometer, and these nuggets are going to cook for approximately 6 minutes. They are super thin, and remember we put that layer of vegetable oil on the bottom. Let me show you how easy they come off the pan. That's it. They come off perfectly easy. So I'm going to separate all of my nuggets. Check the bottom. Make sure you don't have any foil sitting on the bottom. That's not tasty. These nuggets are thin, and I got some different shapes going on that happen kind of naturally. No real thought was put into the shape. Alright, nuggets are separated. So now I'm going to blend all these together with the egg, and I'm going to go ahead and add about a tablespoon of oil. And I'm sorry, this is 1.5 cups of rice flour and AP flour. I added about 2 tablespoons of oil, half a tablespoon of salt, half a tablespoon of pepper. Just added my oil. Now I'm going to add my eggs, wash my hands, wipe down the bottle of vegetable oil, and whisk it all together. I'm also going to fish out the garlic and the rosemary because they're turning dark and they have already emitted their flavor into the oil. I'll see you after I whip up everything with my whisk. And you want to add your hot water or your warm water, never cold water in a batter. You're going to add your warm water until it's viscosity or consistency thinner than pancake batter. I'm going for something almost like a tempura. So I'll show you what it looks like. So you add your water slowly after you get your egg in there. Okay, see you soon. So this is what I'm looking for with the batter. I want the batter thin enough just to stick to a frozen nugget. Quick dip. That's it. It's on perfectly. Putting it in the oil. As soon as the crust sets up a bit, you go to your next one. Quick dip. Thin batter, perfectly adhered. Drop it in the oil. Quick dip. Drop it in the hot oil. Quick dip. Find a spot in your hot oil. Quick dip. Find a spot in the hot oil. I think I can fit like 2 more in here. Let it go for 6 minutes. I already did a test batch, and they're beautiful. 6 minutes. After 3 minutes, I do flip them over just to make sure both sides are cooked evenly, but it does not take more than 6 minutes to do these nuggets. We are rocking and rolling. I'm about to show you the second batch, but before I go too far, let me show you the texture. You see the air pockets in there. You see the meat is dense with a few fluffy air pockets. And you see the crust is just clinging to the nugget. It's just clinging. People will not know this did not come from a fast food restaurant. And by the time you add your condiments and all your dips, you are in the business. Look at that. Look at that. Let me just show you one last batch. And then I'm going to tell you what it tastes like. Even though you already know by looking at it. Every piece is spongy with a crispy, battered exterior. Every piece. Alright. Back to the technique. I'm going to do all these nuggets and I'm going to end up freezing a lot of them. Yeah, so my kids and myself will be eating nuggets for months. Two more. See you in 6 minutes. So there's the finished batch of nuggets. These are going to freeze very, 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 very well. I've already tried them. The hardest part about this recipe is to stop eating it. You have to know when to stop. They're delicious. They're mesmerizing. They're absolutely wonderful. Let me show you on camera what this texture game is like. Right there. Golden, 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 golden. Let me show you about the inside. Mm-hmm. Absolutely amazing. The rosemary is doing everything it's supposed to do. The taste and texture are spot on. And there's no fillers in this. Nothing artificial. Okay. Dig in with me. McDonald's who? if you do this exactly like I did it, you may never go to the drive-thru again. Thank you for watching.